Look at this beautiful female bushmaster. She is such a little beast. And as she gets bigger and bigger, her famous spike-like scales get bigger and bigger. Remember guys, snakes, when their fangs fall out, sometimes they actually swallow the fang with their meal, so sometimes the fang is actually inside their poop. So you gotta be real careful because, oh my goodness, just speaking about it, and look, we have a fang right here. Just talking about it, boom, fang. Look how big that fang is. Can you guys pick that up? Look how big that fang is. This is one of the young males. He is one of those cantankerous males that, yoink, that came so close to my belly, I almost felt like David Weathers, the Cobra Kid. What is going on, my beautiful people? Welcome back to my wildlife. Sorry about that, I just need to get out of the house a little bit today and get a little exercise. I was feeling a little bit cramped at my last place. Now, we got a lot to do. We got some cleaning to do. I'm going to be taking care of my beautiful, somewhat large bushmasters. And my big female right in the back over here, she laid a nice, spicy meatball. Oh, mamma mia! Now, we're going to be cleaning this bushmaster up. You guys are going to be able to see her up close again. We're going to mist her, get her some hydration, because as you guys know, we don't mist the bushmasters inside their enclosure because they're at risk of getting something called red belly, which is a condition when they're too moist. It's kind of weird to think about because it's an animal from the rainforest, but too much moisture will actually damage the animal's belly and actually make it die. So we got to be real careful on how we treat these snakes. So today, we're going to be taking out this little sweetheart of a bushmaster. Sweetheart is kind of a stretch. She's very laid back, but when she comes out of the enclosure, she has an insane feeding response. And by that, she has such acute heat-seeking pits that anything coming within the range of that opening of the enclosure that has a heat signature is a target. She's always being fed inside the enclosure, so when I open it up, she's automatically in feeding mode. So hopefully, since she doesn't smell rats right now, she won't think I'm a meal. Let's see how this goes. I'm going to open this up. Alright, her hide is actually facing that way, so she can't actually strike me right away. Usually the hide's facing the other way, but she actually moved it. And look at that. That is my beautiful female bushmaster. She has become such a little beast. Let's get her out of this enclosure because it actually stinks horrendously. Because if you look in the back of that enclosure, there is that big spicy one, but just wait a moment. Let me grab her on the right part of her body. There we go. Look how big she is getting. Let's get real low to the ground so you guys can get a good look at how big she has gotten. This is Lachesis muta. There are several species of bushmaster. Gotta be real careful because in a split second she could strike out and land those fangs in my knee, no problem. The strike range on a bushmaster is immense. You do not want to misjudge their ability to strike out. Now she, for the most part, is pretty laid back for a bushmaster. The bushmaster snake naturally can be very defensive out in the wild, but when they're cared for properly and they don't feel like they have to defend themselves, they can actually be quite laid back. Now, I'm not saying for anyone out there to ever try and handle these bushmasters in such a manner. I'm just saying that this species, even though it's one of the most dangerous vipers on the planet and is the biggest viper species, and its scientific name, Lachesis muta, translates to silent death. With all that being said, this is a snake that wants nothing to do with us, and that's the continuous message that we try to spread on this channel. Black mambas, king cobras, taipans, the bushmaster, all these notorious snakes for the venom, for their defensiveness, all these different things. They are dangerous, but they don't want to hurt us. They want to stay away from us. These animals are part of the ecosystem. They're vital for our ecosystems, and they make sure all other animals below them in the food chain stay in check. Without snakes like bushmasters and taipans and mambas. We would have rodents overrunning the land. Rodents carry all kinds of diseases. Never forget, the Black Plague was caused by rats. So it's super important to have all kinds of snake species on our planet to manage our rodent populations, and it keeps us nice and healthy. So next time you see a snake and your family member, or maybe even you, wants to kill that snake, remember, these snakes are vital for keeping our ecosystem in check. You kill your snake in your backyard, now you're looking at more and more rats moving in over time. Look at this beautiful female bushmaster. She is such a little beast. And as she gets bigger and bigger, her famous spike-like scales get bigger and bigger. Look at her. Look at that. She is a beast. She's just checking everything out. She's looking around. She's going to check out the meatball clan, see what's going on. Look at her. What a beautiful snake. Now, I'm not going to push it too much. We're going to put her right into this tub. Nice and easy. There we go. And something like that should never be replicated. I haven't done much free handling with her as she's been growing. Now that she's at a good size, I feel a little more comfortable doing something dangerous like that, but that's just because that is the skill set I have. I'm able to pull off stunts like that. That is nothing you guys should ever replicate, because one false misreading of that body language, and I could have 1 to 2 fangs inside me, and I'm nearly dead. I had a friend nearly die from the bite of Lachesis muta. So, that being said, I have lots of respect for them. I love the hell out of them, and they are my favorite viper on the planet. So, that being said, let's clean her spicy meatball. Oh, look at this. This is quite the gift. Remember, guys, snakes, when their fangs fall out, sometimes they actually swallow the fang with their meal, so sometimes the fang is actually inside their poop. So you gotta be real careful, because, oh my goodness, just speaking about it, and look, we have a fang right here. Just talking about it, boom, fang. Look how big that fang is. Can you guys pick that up? Look how big that fang is. That is the size of a subadult eastern diamondback rattlesnake, or an adult water moccasin that you would find here in North America. But this snake is only a year and a half old, and it has fangs the size of an adult water moccasin. Look how big that fang is. That snake still has the potential to become 10 to even 12 feet long. Think about its fangs when they're that big. Look at that. That is insane. You would not want to have that land inside your flesh. Let me just say, I had a friend who got just one of these fangs inside his hand, and it nearly killed him. I'm going to go put this in the jar with the rest of the fangs that I collect. I actually might separate and label it, because this is my first Bushmaster fang. Look at that. That is insane. Guys, look at this. Before we move on, check this out. Right here, these 2 fangs belong to Childish Gambino, which is the Gaboon Viper crossed with a Rhino Viper, a naturally occurring hybrid from Africa. The Gaboon Viper has the world's longest fangs of any venomous reptile, going upwards of 2.5, nearly 3 inches long. So look at this. Look at the fangs of this male hybrid. Look how big they are. Now look at the Bushmaster for comparison. This Gaboon crossed with a Rhino Viper is around 9 to 10 years old. The Bushmaster is a year and a half old. Look how fast these fangs are catching up to a nearly 10-year-old snake. That is insane. Bushmaster and then the 2 fangs from Childish Gambino. How insane is that? Now, guys, I'm gonna go to the hospital. I'll be right back. All right, guys. So now that we got that fang out, like I was saying, they'll actually eat their fangs and they'll poop them out along with their waste. So we are good to go. We know that one of those fangs came out. That was really cool. Just while I was talking about, boom, a nice clean fang, not even sitting in the spicy meatball. So probably what happened when she was gnawing down her food, it fell out the corner of her mouth and she didn't get a chance to eat it. Now that it's all clean in there, what I'm going to do is use my disinfectant. I got chlorhexidine, and I'm going to spray the inside to kill all the bacteria. I've shown this part because we did another episode where we're cleaning an anaconda enclosure, and we didn't show the part where we sprayed it. We've done so many cleaning episodes, we're not going to show you every little step, but just so you guys feel more comfortable, we do sanitize the enclosures before putting the fresh substrate. For this enclosure, it's just going to be paper towel because we like to keep it nice and clean for the Bushmasters, because it is such a unique snake to have, and also a snake you got to monitor, because like I said, the wrong environment set up for this animal and you will kill it. And now, let's see, what are we going to do? Get the paper towel, which is going to make a nice layer for this snake. She's going to enjoy this. It's It's like a carpet, but it's made out of paper towel. I would love a carpet like this, but I can't afford it. So I will just have to admire her enclosure, and I will stick to concrete floors. Back at Dade County Correctional Center. All right, so there we go. Nice and clean. Fresh for the belly of the Bushmaster, so she can feel nice and comfy. I'm gonna put that hide right back in here. I'm gonna clean out this water bowl, get it nice and fresh. I'm gonna fill up a mister so we can mist her down, and then she's gonna go back inside her enclosure. So, comment below, what's your favorite snake? My favorite viper is the Bushmaster. Ruth, what's your favorite snake?
Unicorn.
Oh, why? Because it's Venezuelan?
Yes.
Good choice. That's my favorite rattlesnake. Did you miss me? Get it? Because it's a mister. Oh, I just wet the light bulbs. Anyways, so what we're going to be doing is misting this beautiful Bushmaster. Remember, guys, this is a species that we can't hydrate too much inside the enclosure, because if we do that, we're going to cause a nasty little fungal infection called red belly, which will kill the Bushmaster. So we want to make sure she gets treated with the best and utmost care, or utmost care, because in the previous video I said utmost and I meant to say utmost. I'm sorry! I hang out with snakes all day. They don't even speak English. So we're going to be taking care of this beautiful female. My sweet, sweet girl. She's like, what's going on? What are you doing? We're going to gently spray her all over the body with some water and let her slurp up that water and start hydrating. She'll be in here for about 30 minutes while I mist her down. And she'll get nice and moisturized. You can see her muscles flexing up and down right along her head as she drinks the water. She's getting a nice slurp. She will drink out of the water bowl once in a while, but it's always vital to mist them down in a separate container, because that's just the best way to do it. This is what I learned from a good buddy of mine in Costa Rica, who's been working with Bushmasters for a very long time. This is a tip he gave me. And basically he has an outdoor platform, because in Costa Rica, since the snakes are native, you can actually take them outside and you can mist them down on a platform right outside the facility. So that's exactly what he does, and I do the same thing, but obviously within my snake-proof room approved by Florida Fish and Wildlife. You get a little sip. You like that? She's slurping down like crazy. Look how beautiful the sides of her face are. Look at those black markings. Such a beautiful snake. She is so beautiful, and you guys can definitely see why this is my favorite viper on the planet. Forget about how big they get. They are just a beautiful species. That yellowish beige with dark black going throughout their body is just so beautiful. I love them so much. I'm going to put this can a little bit down so the water can pool at the bottom so she can drink some of that. We're going to give her a couple seconds to relax, and then we're going to put her back inside her enclosure. If you guys look right here, you can see the green anacondas have actually finished digesting the chicks they ate recently. So I'm going to have to clean out their tubs so they're nice and clean and they're not swimming around in their own poo-poo. Alright, beautiful people, we're going to be taking out this gorgeous female Bushmaster. She's had quite the soak, drinking up that water. We've got to be real gentle with her when we put her back, because when a snake is drinking, especially vipers, and you just abruptly move them, they'll actually upchuck a little bit of that water. We don't want that to happen, because that would be an issue. Look at her. She is such a... Oh, that's what I was talking about. You got to be a little careful when they come right out of drinking, because you don't want them to upchuck that water too much. So give her a second to work all that water down into her belly. Look how beautiful she is with the little droplets on every single scale. Gently lift her up. And use the hook. There we go. We're going to put this little beast of a Bushmaster. Look how long she... Oh, there you go. Get her right in there. We don't want her to puke up any of that water. She is becoming such a little beast. Let's get that tail in there. Perfect. Perfect. Alright, beautiful people. Now that we're done with that, let's move this can to the side. What I want to do now is take care of my little green anacondas, because they've been soaking in their own dookie because they actually went to the bathroom. So let's move some stuff around. Take out the glass. There we go. Oh, look at these little guys. Come here. They're so cute. Oh, don't forget to love your anacondas. These are gorgeous yearling green anacondas. If you guys haven't seen the show, they're both females and they are just the cutest little snakes. Aquatic predators from South America that get to be the heaviest snake on the planet, right next to the retic, which is the longest snake on the planet. Look at these beautiful anacondas. They're dripping all that poop water. So while I get this tub cleaned, Ruth, can you hold the snakes for me, please? Sorry, it's a little slimy. Oh, just hold on to this one. Whoop. This one might bite your wrist, but you'll be fine. Thanks, Ruth. All right, I'm going to clean this out, and I'll be right back, guys. Oh, duty. No. H2O, take me on again. H2O. Ruth, we're supposed to be in sync. H2O, take me on away. H2O, get out of my armpit. Oh, come on down.
I don't think they like your singing.
Look at that. This is a really cool sight. A tub full of green anacondas. It's really cool to have these green anacondas because not just are they the heaviest snake on the planet and they're green anacondas, but they're friendly. So I can actually let the guests who visit this facility hold these anacondas and get photos with them because they're one of the few non-venomous animals that I own. You know, if it wasn't these green anacondas, it would be Ziggy, and I just don't want Ziggy taking anyone's fingers off. Ziggy's getting a little bit too big to be held by random people. But the green anacondas are good to go. They're so friendly, I could just... Let me kiss you? Kiss you? They don't want to get kissed. Alright guys, I'm going to put the green anacondas back inside the enclosure. They're going to enjoy that nice, fresh H2O. Take me on again. Alright, my beautiful people, we're now going to be cleaning up my Ethiopian Cobra, Naya, already ready to go. She's right in the back of the enclosure. Her water bowl's dried out, so we got to get her some fresh water. But as we know, this snake can be a very defensive one. So let's see how she does when I touch her with the hook. Oi! Don't be so upset with me. Here. It's okay, you big red snake. Come here. What are you doing? There we go. Hello. Nice try. This is a beautiful Ethiopian cobra, basically an Egyptian, Naya. And this is an oh-so-red snake with almost a purple hue. We've seen this snake in the past, but not too often recently, because we've been all over the place with taking care of animals. The collection keeps growing and growing. We were counting the other day, and just snakes alone, we have nearly 70 snakes in the snake house. And you know how I found out we have around 70 snakes? We found out we have around 70 snakes because I was telling myself I don't want to get any more than about 70, 80 snakes. And I said, wait, how many snakes do I have in my collection at the moment? And then I counted and I found out we have about 69. So, looks like I can only get 90 snakes. Anyways, let's clean up this enclosure. Let's get this Egyptian ready to go. As you can see, she has some immense size to her. And she just actually wants to hide. So let's just get her into the bucket so she's not too upset. Come here. Hissy, hissy, hissy. As you saw, she got real close to me as I had her on the hook. I just redirected her and paid attention to her face. Obviously, you see a lot of dangerous stuff happen on this show. This is not a tutorial how to handle deadly, dangerous reptiles. For the most part, I know you guys out there don't want to replicate what you see me do because a lot of this stuff kind of scares you. But it's all about bringing you guys up close to these animals and showing you guys what they really are, what they truly are. Just a member of the food chain. So let's get this enclosure clean. But before I do that, look at Allison climbing right now. Look how big Allison is. We need to feed Allison. She's real hungry, along with all the new Indian cobras. So maybe that's a future episode we're going to be doing. I gotta go cross rats after this one. Right? You want some food? She is such a pig. I was worried that she wouldn't eat too. much. Moving her into a new snake house, new enclosure, but this snake is actually a bit of a pig like me and loves to gorge itself on food. So if I put like 5 rats in there, medium-sized rats, she will eat them all. Look at her, she's like, medium rats? What did you say? All right, so I'm gonna be cleaning out this enclosure, get some fresh water. Actually, that's about it, just fresh water. And I'll be right back and we'll go put that little Ethiopian cobra back in its enclosure. Man, I'm trying to think about it, and I don't think we ever named the Ethiopian cobra. Comment below, what do you think we should name this Ethiopian cobra? I'm gonna go get some fresh water. I will be right back. please take some water. Thank you. Bless me. Bless me. Snake gods, please protect me as I handle these deadly reptiles. Please, it's just deadly, deadly dangerous, and I need a good blessing. A little more on the eyes. A little more on the eyes, not the crotch. Okay, let's do this. Stop! Okay, no, stop! Alright, people, let's get the water ball right back inside. And we're gonna let this beautiful little lady back inside her enclosure. Alright, guys, now we're gonna be taking out the. Ooh, you hear her? She's a little spicy in there. We're gonna be taking out this beautiful red cobra. Hey, what's up, sweetie? You are just so cranky. Oh! She's striking up a storm in here. Hello. What's up, girl? Look at her. Let's see if she'll check out the camera for a second. What are you doing? You want to say hello to everyone out there? Huh? What? No? You're just gonna get a little cranky? A little shit? Look at her. She's just checking out what's going on. She actually looks a little undercolor, and by that I mean she looks like she might be going through shed soon. So we're gonna put her back inside. Come on, silly. Gonna turn around? There we go, good girl. That's a good snake. Alright, let me lock this up, make sure it's nice and secure! Alright guys, we're gonna be checking up on these Indian cobras. We've got our female right here. She seems to be doing good. We're gonna be feeding these guys tomorrow. We got fresh water, she's good. Let's check the males below. Let's see, I got two of the males in here below. Seem to be good as well. The water could use a cleaning, but we'll wait till after we feed. This is one of the young males. He is one of those cantankerous males that yoink, that came so close to my belly, I almost felt like David Weathers, the Cobra Kid. Alright, let's get this little lady right out of there. Come here. Now this is the difficult part when they get in between the rack. Alright, we're gonna have to let her crawl real quick. So she can come out this side. I see you. I see you. Alright guys, I'm gonna open up this part of the rack, so we're gonna have two cobras out, so watch yourselves. At least that's the female, she's not too crazy. What are you doing? You're causing problems, Cobra. Here we go. And we have cobras everywhere. This is an issue. Come here. There we go. Alright, that's the Indian cobra that has shrunk out of my belly like crazy. So you guys can see these snakes are extremely defensive little Indian cobras. Alright guys, so as you can see, the Indian cobras are extremely defensive. And if you replay that clip, you can see this snake literally shooting at my belly. This snake is not playing around. If you guys are wondering, why was Chandler somewhat calm when it was striking at his belly? Well, that's because it's not the first time this snake has done it. This individual loves to shoot out of that snake rack and come flying out full force headed. So let me just put him right back inside the rack. Oh, relax, right back. No, relax. I hear you, you're so cringy. Well, I struggle with that one. Always happening. That snake loves to just shoot out. And this one loves to too, so let's open up this rack. This is my other Indian. This is another male. What's going on, dude? Let's see how this one's acting today. Not too defensive, just hanging out. Doesn't look like this enclosure needs to be cleaned, but this snake looks like he wants to come out. We're gonna close up this rack, let these cobras go back to what they're doing, and we'll be feeding them tomorrow. I think we're gonna be filming that for tomorrow's episode. So, if you guys enjoyed, comment below what do you want to see next. If you guys want to help support the show, help support our goal of creating a facility in 2021, help us out on Patreon. You can see extra content, exclusive photos, and getting to know what's happening behind the scenes with everything we do. So, check us out on Patreon, check us out on Teespring to get your own Chandler's Wildlife merch like Kevin the King Cobra. All hail the king, because he's the king of all the snakes. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Stay beautiful, stay safe, but most of all, stay gangster. And don't forget to love your anacondas.